because if you pay attention, this has been in the year of blackouts. This is the year of blackouts. So if you pay attention, what happened at the beginning of the year? You had, in February, you had PlayStation go out globally. The network, that goes out. A couple months later, Citibank goes out, affecting millions and millions. They have 200 million users globally. They go out. Then you have, Robinhood going out. That just happened. You have AWS going out. You have all these, and then Amex went out too. I believe that was in like May or July, around that time. Amex goes down. So is this orchestrated? Like, what's really happening? I think this. I think they are stress testing the system. What that means is they're trying to see what goes down, what works, what doesn't, how much control do they have. And then when they want to flip the switch, the kill switch, the actual kill switch, they're like, okay, we have some historical data on this. Now, whether they want to do it in the near future or back to back, because all this year has been a lot of blackouts. But I think a new system is coming. I think it has to do with the financial system.
Okay, I'm giving all praise and glory to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai by Hashem Rakakadash. The honors to the elders of GMS. Also salutations to all the came out that is witness truth, and also shalom to the rest of the hopeful elect. And a quick lesson. Now, that term, flip the switch, all right, that's a term that everyone that's into crypto or, that know anything about the financial system, which, I don't know, we can only speculate how it's going to go as far as them flipping the switch. I know they have one switch where certain cryptos will properly get valued, But then what he was talking about is them just totally resetting the system. All right. Now they could be doing it, as they have these little shutdowns, you just never know how these devils is doing it. Or they could just completely just shut down everything, or do it, or should I say do it this way? Well, basically, they shut down everything and take all your money, however they do it. I really don't know how these devils are going to do it, but we know it's around the corner. All right. Now I went into the chat GPT. All right. And I asked him about the, term flip the switch, and he was gaslighting me a little bit. So I had to ask the question kind of differently, right? And it says, once they flip the switch, XRP real utility will start, right? Which that's one of the major cryptos, what they plan on using for cross-border payments, all right? It says refers to enabling on-demand liquidity, all right, because that's another thing what's going on. The banks are running out of liquidity, all right, so that's why you have them using what's the name of those coins? Not the CBD coins, but god damn it, won't come to my head. But they passed a bill for them, all right. Trump did a couple months ago. Can't think of the name of the coins, but it's a coin. It's coins that brings a lot of liquidity to the market, but they can pump in the market, So the same thing they doing with the US dollar, printing tons of trillions of dollars. That's the same thing they're gonna do with these other coins. All right, not XRP, but things like Tether and RLUSD, coins like that. I don't know why it won't come to my head, but whatever. It says refers to enabling on-demand liquidity, institutional payments, CBDC integrations that can rapidly increase usage, right? And guess what? That CBDC, right? That's going to enslave people, all right? Or should I say cyber slavery, okay? If they're bringing everything through the CBDC, okay? It says mass adoption moment. When institutions flip the switch to crypto payments, the whole market will explode, meaning a sudden shift in global adoption. Banks, governments, corporations moving into blockchain systems. And that's what I was saying, right? They can do it that way. They can basically, they're probably moving everything to blockchain with these different blackouts, you know? So eventually, I don't know, or they could change your dollars to damn, it's bugging me. I can't think of the name of those coins, you know. But hold on one second. Let me look up something real quick. Okay, stable coins. I don't know why the fuck it wouldn't come to my head, but it's called stable coins. Have to go look it up for a second. It's called stable coins. All right. But they're going to use those to pump a large amount of liquidity into the markets. But also, you people, you people that work the 9 to 5s, all right, that's what y'all might be using or getting into your bank accounts, when this whole deal go down. So let's read to again. When institutions flip, or all hell can just break out, and they tell you you don't have any money. Which, hey, that can get real crazy, right? Scripture speaks about, you trusting in that staff of Egypt, man, and things suddenly happening. It says regulatory or policy green light. They're just waiting for clarity, right? Which you have something called the Clarity Act, all right, that has to be passed too. All right. Well, basically, banks and institutions can get involved in crypto, right? And they're doing it right under your nose. It says, once regulators flip the switch, we'll see massive inflows. Suggest the idea that regulation could unlock huge capital and innovation. And it says, personal and community mindset. You have to flip the switch and start thinking like an investor, not a speculator. Used metaphorically, because even the ones that invest in this, I don't know, you might have to take the chip to keep your XRP, or certain things. I don't know exactly how it's going to play out, because they can let it go up, or flip the switch and everybody still have that money, then just slowly but surely, all right. And I ain't gonna even say slowly, because we ain't in that time. So I'm not really saying slowly, but somehow integrate it, into society, and I can say by them basically taking your money, or them telling, or totally getting rid of cash. They put out an order saying, look, you can't use cash anymore, right? Then eventually, once something major happened in this, once something major happened in this society, all right, they tell you, look, for you to keep your stable coins or your cryptos, right, you have to take this chip, all right, so we can know that you're not a terrorist, or some shit like that. I mean, I'm just speculating, It says you have to flip the switch and start thinking like an investor, not a speculator. Used metaphorically to describe a mindset change towards discipline, strategy, and long term, right? Hold on. Was I reading from the right one? It says, in crypto culture, flip the switch also carries a semi-mystical awakening tone, belief that something big and inevitable is coming, which what the dude was just talking about. When it happens, everything will change instantly, right? And look, in this shit, it can cause chaos, man. It's both technological and psychological, a phrase that captures hope, timing, readiness for a turning point in digital finance system. So you see, so that term, flip the switch, man, all right, that can totally be, them talking about implementing the beast system, the beast system completely. That's why you have that thing with ISO 222, where all banks have to be ISO 22 compliant. All right. So let's grab a scripture real quick. A couple scriptures. All right. Let's put in suddenly. And we probably grab the one in Thessalonians. Right. Sirach 5 and 7, it says, make no tarrying return to the Lord, and put down all from day to day, for suddenly shall the wrath come forth. It says, in thou security thou shall be destroyed. Right. But look, what's your security? You trusting in the American system. All right, that's your security. Even with the thing with the food stamps. All right, people are sitting around, waiting to get them food stamps. Now that security blanket is being taken away suddenly. That's suddenly. Even though we're not directly in fucking November, guess what? People are still waiting. Basically for the damn electric chair or the firing squad. Basically, I'm just speaking metaphorically, because people don't really know what the fuck is going to happen. Are they going to take away the food stamps, or are you going to get your food stamps, which that can cause hell too. But whatever it is, with these talking about the food stamps or them flipping the switch, man. All right, it's gonna happen suddenly, For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thou security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance. Right, and that's gonna be the day of vengeance, man. Because all hell is gonna break out in America. All right. However, which way that it play out, Unless. Hold on, where's the one at Thessalonians? Go to Thessi. Hold on, so long here. No, I'm not tripping. Hold on. Let me just go to it. Alright, Thessalonians. Right, it's 5 and 3. It says, I'll start from 1. But the times and the seasons, brethren, you have no need that I write unto you, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord shall come as a thief in the night. Right, because that can really set off some things, and that can really bring the chaos, That can really bring the chaos. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, they shall not escape. All right, because look, once the hell break out, guess what? Then that chip is gonna be implemented. All right, then shit is gonna really get serious. All right, the food stamps, and all that shit. That's just one thing, but you wait when that new system is ushered in. Scripture speaks about when he is about to fill his belly. All right. Once that system come in, that's gonna be part of the process of him filling his belly, man. So with that, give all praise and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the LGMS. Also salutations to all the Akim out there that's pushing this truth, and also shalom to the rest of the whole full elect. Peace.